All right, so the footwork, a couple things to understand is we don't want to be double weighted. And so I'll define what double weighted means. We don't want our center of gravity between the elements of our base of support. Okay, so right now I'm in the horse stance, and the elements of my base of support are my 2 feet. I don't want my center of gravity sitting in the middle of it, between those things, okay? So in application, I would always move my center of gravity over to one base of support such that this foot, it doesn't have weight on it. In terms of, for example, the boat rowing exercise, really what is important to understand is a lot of times people are just doing this stuff and then they have stupid applications. All the time, this is very much common in Aikido. So let's see, I'm doing these rowing exercises, do you see? And then people go, and then I do my technique. So I'm gonna row, and here, and then and somehow I was like, oh, it's magic presto and it's so awesome because I did it from here. You see the same thing in sword work. So people will go, it's like the sword, and then they'll bring out the sword, and then everyone goes, ah, and then it works. You know, it's like, but was the sword valid? Was the sword work valid? Do you get what I'm saying? So you're gonna go here and here, and then they go, see, if he grabs me, and then I go here and here, and then they go, it's like the sword, and everybody goes, oh, okay. All right, so same thing, you have these rowing exercises. They've made their way in Aikido throughout history, but they're not being done correctly, okay? So, first thing we said was, I don't want to ever be double weighted, all right? And then I gave you an example that I would have my line of gravity over here, such that this foot actually has no weight on it. Even though it's touching the ground, it's mobile. I can slide it around. If I have my weight here, or here's my line of gravity, I can't actually slide it. It gets kind of stuck on there, okay? All right, unaction. So, somewhere in there, as I'm trying not to double weight, I have to shift my weight, and somewhere in shifting my weight, I have to bend my knees, okay? And the way it works is that my knee is actually governed by my ankle. So my ankle can only either be straight, you see, and to have my ankle straight, I have to bend my knee. You see that? And my knee at max can't go past my toes. Do you see that? So if I go over here like this, my center of gravity is over here in front of my foot. I'm going to fall forward, okay? So when you do the boat rowing exercise, you're actually taking your ankle from straight to toes. Now do it on the back leg, Dave. All right. Straight to toes. You see that? Hum. Hum. So what I'm doing is as I go knee to toes, here at knees to toes, I'm actually on this leg. I'm on this leg. This leg can slide. And when I come back to here, I'm on that leg, and this leg can slide. Okay? So for nomenclature, I would say when the ankle is straight, the front leg is in yin. When the knee is at the toes, the front leg is in yang. Okay? So same thing, yang, put it in yin, the other one's in yang. And here is your boat exercise, okay? Now let's turn. Or let's go straight. Let's go straight. So when I want to do a Yumi Ashi, I'm going to put this leg from the yin phase into the yang phase. Now all weight is on that leg. And then I move forward. Take this knee, put it in its yin phase. And now my knee's in the yang phase here. And this is how I'm moving. Boom, boom. And I'll show you why. If he is resisting me, he's pushing me, and I try to walk, right now my center of gravity is in the middle, and I try to walk, I can't go forward. Okay? He interrupts my attempt to go forward because my center of gravity will just come off of the bracing angle of the back leg and be pushed right back onto me. So instead, I have to bring this into a yin phase, and he's pushing, and really what I'm doing is I'm now grounding on that leg. Then I can move forward, okay? You guys understand that? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now I want to turn. So in order to go straight, I have to do this yin and yang with my knee angle and my ankle angle. Now I'm going to turn, okay? So to turn, it's going to be the same thing. I don't want to double pivot because now I'm double weighted. So I never double pivot. Never double pivot. Okay? I always am going to bring one leg into the yang phase and then turn on that leg. So I would bring weight here, and this foot is now free to move. The weight is here, and then I turn. And I single pivot, okay? So let's say, for example, we're doing Tai no Henko, okay? I am not gonna go here and then turn with my weight between my legs. I will enter, shift my weight onto the one leg, and pivot on that leg. This step back has no rotation in it. So I go one, shift my weight onto that leg. That means put my knee in the yang phase, knee to toe. And then double, and then single pivot. There's no weight on here. There's no rotation on the step back. So I'll show it a little bit more dynamic. They come around, enter, dude, get your grip. Boom, boom, turn, step. Boom, enter, shift, turn, single pivot, step. Single pivot, turn. Get it? Alright, let's try it. In Shihogiri, we have to put this footwork into play. So, as I slide the front foot forward, I don't want to go here. My weight is on the back foot. I slide forward. To turn, I bring my knee to the yang phase, single pivot, and then that foot goes forward. Bring it to the yang phase, single pivot, weight goes forward. Bring the knee to the yang phase, turn, and you didn't turn. Okay? So that's what we were doing here. I cut, one, I'm on that right foot when I come back. I'm going to be on the left foot when I go in. I'm on the right foot when I come back. I'm never going 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? When it comes to the 8 count Sabaki, the first thing, the form is way too long. It's too many steps to actually do internal work. It's too long. So I would always divide it up in either 2 moves, max 4 moves. Okay? So maybe we'll do 4, maybe we'll stop at 2. But I just want to show how this is always the same. So in the first count, I had to shift my weight to the back foot, pivot on that back foot. And you have Bushido Tenkan. So I'm here, shift my weight, boom, and the cut. You're on the left. Make sure you're not so twisted up. You can't be twisted up like this. It's too much angle. So shift, turn, cut. Straight down your center. Here. Too much. It's because you're on the left foot. So up, turn, cut. Realign, shift your weight onto that front foot, boom. And then you can come in with the ski. To turn around, shift your weight onto this foot, boom. So that foot comes back. And then cut, shifting your weight, boom, cut. Then you have the other side. Bring your right knee to the yang phase, over here. Taking weight off of that foot, up, cut. Same thing, keep it in the yang phase. Forward you go on the ski. Bring the knee to the yang phase, turning on the cut. Boom. So I'm doing these. Yang phase, back leg. Single pivot, cut. Don't cross yourself. Yang phase, ski. Yang phase, turn, cut. Repeat. Yang phase, turn, cut. Yang phase, enter, ski. Yang phase, rotate, single pivot, cut. Okay, let's try it. So, let's focus on the line, okay? So, as I come back, I'm going to turn. That's when that knee goes into the yang phase, okay? So it turns, boom, up, boom, is where I have it. So there's no step here, okay? So if you look, I have an angle. Because I had Bushido Tenkan clearing the line of attack, the cut is on an angle. Don't make it over here. Here is where the Sabaki training is. Boom, straight on my center, okay? When you come forward on the ski, don't have your ski already turning. You see how I'm twisted again, okay? The ski comes straight. So from here, it's here, pull, and you're straight, okay? And then, when my hips are square, my foot is square, then I turn, okay? You can either step out if you want. If you're going to take another step, it's 1, 2 on the cut. If you don't take the step, it's just boom on the cut. But the foot still hits first. Foot, and then boom, sword. If it's on the 2-step, foot, back step, boom, is where you cut. Same thing. Don't get all twisted up like this. Here's where your center is. Doesn't matter if I have an angle on the weapon. So around, up, boom, down. In, boom, ski, turning, stepping, boom on the second step. Okay? Watch how much, because when you take the second step, your hip's going to turn some, so watch how twisted up you get. That is not going to work. All right, let's try to read it. Okay, so if you watch my knees, get where you need to be ends, okay? So when I go back, this knee is going to go to that yang phase. You see? Okay, but when I finish that maneuver, the ankle is straight. Do you see that? So when I do a Yumiashi forward, then it has to go back into that, okay? Otherwise, when I try to step, I would be pushed, okay? So you have just hold it however you want, sure, whatever, okay? So to go forward, and you'd be over here a little bit, let's kind of game it, because I know where I'm going to go, okay? You're just an oncoming resistance. So I have to shift, and now that foot can work. You get it? Okay, so go ahead. So I'm here like this, I shift, now that foot can work, boom, pop, and my body can go forward, okay? You got it? All right, so let's see if you can hold it up by don't put it on your throat, just because I'm going to come up with it, do you see? Okay, so let's say we got to kind of game this, so I want you over here, okay? When it comes time to do the ski, and you're grounding here, this is your kokyu projection, okay? Don't let it hit you in the throat, okay? I won't do it hard. So when I ground in, boom, is what you want, okay? Now, if you start turning your body, so let's say you double weight, center line, I would never get there, okay? But if I'm not gonna get there, let's say you did somehow, and you're here like this, because you're ready to turn. You didn't do this maneuver, okay? Ski, maybe from here on, is straight. Boom, pop. Hip square, foot square. This is another movement. Got it? So when you go into ski, don't get ready to turn. Don't turn your hip. Don't turn your foot. Don't turn your head. That's another movement. So from the left side, I would go up, boom, it's here, boom, in straight. You see? Even you would carry that over. So I would go straight and then the turn. You see how I did that? Make sure you're not still in ski and already a quarter way into the turn. Okay, try to. So at the end of each count of the Sapudi, you always have the ski and the turn and then the cut. Okay, so that part's the same. But what is also always the same is you're going from the yin phase, ankle straight, to the yang phase. Whether you're going forward or whether you're turning, you have to do that. So that you don't double weight or double pivot or have your line of gravity between your two elements of your base of support, okay? So, for example, obvious one would be a Yumiashi count 2. Shift to the yang phase, and you come in on your ski, and then this part would be exactly the same. You guys got it? Okay, then you're going to do Tenkan, the Tenkan version. So again, shift to the yang phase so you can double pivot, so you can single pivot, and this part just goes straight back. And then you repeat what you were doing before. Or the Ashido Tenkan, so you're going to do the Ashido Tenkan. You're going to shift onto the front foot so that you can turn, and then you're going to go forward, shift onto the front foot again so you can turn to do the cut. Then you have the ski, and then you have the second cut, okay? It doesn't matter what you're doing. Idimi Tenkan, we already did Idimi Tenkan. That was actually count 2, a Yumiashi, and then the Tenkan version. It does not matter what you're going to do in this form. You are still going to use your knees and your ankles in this particular way to avoid what we said to avoid. So if you're doing your technique, like we did standing, we did Sankyo, okay? So when he pushed, I grounded on the back foot. I moved onto the front foot. I'm on that front foot in the yang face, right? That's where I can drive out. Then I shift to the yang phase on this knee. That's where I can push, boom, okay? So I'll do it again. I'll do it on the same side. So single pivot, move, single pivot, move, single pivot, thrust. I'll say left to describe the yang, okay? Yang means knee to toes. So left, right, left, in, then I can move. Or we're doing the kokinage, right? So I'm going to go backwards in this variation. So shift, move. If you want to shuffle, you'll shift, you see? Shift, enter, shift again to turn, enter again. I'm constantly doing the boat exercise, but understanding it, giving myself a metric, straight angle, yin, knee to toe, yang. Get out from your center line, being on your line of gravity, being in the middle of your base of support elements, okay?